that was
They
it.
keep
So,
fighting. That was good.
yeah. You can't rip. Yeah, you can't stop us. Yeah, right after this interview,
That's
you
it.
and me, mate.
Going
Yeah,
down, man.
Throw
It's
down.
all happening right here in front of you.
yeah.
Is this the
Hey,
final face-off then?
That's it.
yeah,
That's it.
Could be the final where the Tong finally finds out who's the hardest man ever.
That's Joe Taslim, isn't it?
yeah. No,
Oh, yeah.
no.
That's you.
Yeah,
That's you.
you know, Mike Bisping, Mike Bisping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
Mike
Mike Bisping.
Bisping. Yeah.
But he doesn't come back, does he? Not in this one.
No.
No, we're just playing
You,
our.
well, yeah.
You got Mark DeCascos,
No, DeCascos.
Yes,
DeCascos,
Mark
legend,
DeCascos.
legend.
absolute legend.
Yeah.
So, well, that's the first question. Then is what was it like working and with Mark DeCascos, legend of so many martial arts movies,
You know,
John Wick, everything.
it was funny because when I started my career, I was literally an extra on a Mark DeCascos movie.
Which one was it?
It was called Drive.
Drive. I said that was the one I used to watch over and over. Yeah.
And I was new in town. I was a supporting artist, and I was on set. And Mark DeCascos was the lead actor. Like he's just like super good looking, amazing martial artist. And he talked to me, and he gave me like all these little pointers or training pointers, martial arts, pointers about how to improve my kicks and stuff. And he was just such a gentleman.
Didn't work out.
No, my kicks still suck. And then this is how full circle life is. That how many years later I'm on a show, and Jonathan Tropper, our showrunner, says, "Oh, we got Mark DeCascos," and I'm like, "What?" It was so awesome, and he's such a gentleman.
Yeah, it's an honor to have. Honor to have him. He's a top lad. I think it's a real honor.
Yeah. And he's a very, very kind soul, and
he's got stories, isn't he?
He does, yeah, because he's been around.
The golden age of Hollywood. We're in a decline right now, but he's got the stories of the golden age of Hollywood. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's in decline because this is season 3, back after 2 fantastic seasons.
This show's on the up.
Yeah.
Yes, Will.
Exactly.
Yep.
You're bringing it up. You're keeping it going and reinventing it, rejuvenating it. So good on you. So the last time we talked, this is a question for Andrew, but I'll ask you as well. Is you've been doing a lot of training, but you were trying to find some JKD to train because that was in COVID, if I remember, and you were back in London.
Yeah.
In lockdown. Have you managed to find JKD? Have you kept training? And if you have, what's it like? And if not, then what other things are you training in?
Yeah, I went to Korea again, and there was TKDD. There's some masters there, but one guy who actually he did study GK Jeet Kune Do. His name was Bruce Khan, and he called himself Bruce because of Bruce, but he knew everything about it. Like, I mean, he obviously when you change your name to Bruce, it means something. So he taught me a lot, and I think he taught me a lot from the shuffle steps to the pivoting to a lot of the fundamental things because he modeled a lot of things of himself and his style off Bruce Lee. So he was a really good resource this time. Yeah.
So Jason, what sort of martial arts background do you have, if any? Is it just from watching martial arts movies and being an extra, or did you study it from an early age, and do you still study now?
I've been studying martial arts since I was a little kid. The first martial art that I got into was judo as a young lad, and then I got into taekwondo. Because when I was a teenager, all the striking arts and the kicks and watching movies and stuff, that was very exciting. And
now he's on the jiu-jitsu route, jiu-jitsu path.
Yeah, so
I love jiu-jitsu. He's further down the path than me, but we were trying to get a few sessions in during season 3 because I love it. But I just haven't had enough time to really.
During season 3, I built my own basically mat area and jiu-jitsu space in my house and stuff, and
he taught me a few things. We rolled,
and then we would talk shop and work on scenes as well. So it was a really nice space. I've been training martial arts most of my life, and when I first moved to America to pursue an acting career, I trained at the Inosanto Academy, and at the time I basically had so much time on my hands that I did Kali, Eskrima, shoot boxing, shuto, and boxing. But I've been a lifelong martial artist, but life somewhere in the middle there, I stopped training because life took over. Work, family, career, and there was a point in my life where I felt that training martial arts was distracting me from putting food on the table and all my multiple side gigs to keep us afloat. But then when we got the job, it's been an absolute gift, and it gave me so much as an actor. But one of the greatest gifts it gave me was this opportunity to fall in love with martial arts again and to pursue my. So of all the gifts that the Warrior has given me, one of the greatest gifts is an opportunity to fall in love with martial arts again, and to pursue my own personal JKD. Right? Obviously I've trained in many striking arts, but my personal JKD at the moment is to learn how to grapple more. And fortunately, I've been able to train with some amazing jiu-jitsu players and teachers, and then I get to roll with Andrew and so many people. And at the moment, I'm training at London Grapple in Deptford, London.
Did you manage to incorporate any BJJ into the fight scenes? Because everything, what I've seen, I've only seen 2 episodes so far. It's a lot of striking, a lot of weapons work, and not really much.
No. I think that BJJ is mainly for my own personal growth. In Warrior, there's not a lot of jiu-jitsu, so to speak, in the choreography. Although I think at one point we tried to incorporate an ankle pick as a takedown before I stab a guy. I'm not sure if it made the cut. But what's really cool about the fighting is that each of us as the actors, we have our stunt doubles who perform in the previs videos, right, where they shoot the whole fight scene. They all have their own individual backgrounds. Like my stunt double is a wushu champion, but I'm not a wushu champion. So, but then I get to bring my own flavor and that kind of more boxing style, a bit more, I guess, an MMA kind of look. Whereas my Haiyang has this very wushu finesse and look to him. And this is what we do as actors, right? They give us the choreo, but then we inflict our own personality and we express ourselves in those movements.
Well, the character.
In the character, thank you. Yeah, exactly.
So you sort of take his wushu, sort of quite graceful, acrobatic, and you give it a bit more gritty.
Yeah.
Bash him in the face, MMA grapple and grind.
We learned that from Joe Taslin.
Yes.
There's a balance between because it's fighting for film. There is a balance, and there's things that you have to play. You either play for the style of it, or you play for the reality. And I think it's that dance. It's that dance around which bits you're playing into, kind of thing. So
having seen seasons 1, season 2, now season 3, the beginning of it, how have you made your characters evolve and change, and where do you? I know there's a big surprise coming up. I've been told anyway that I haven't seen. Where did you develop your characters, and how did you express that?
Well, you're always developing it, because TV you actually get you get a hint of the thing of your arc and all that, but you'll get the episodes maybe a week or 2 before you film them. So it's kind of hard to track. You just have to do each scene and it makes sense as it goes along, and you have to. There's a lot of jigsaw pieces you have to figure out. But in terms of the arc, I mean that's something the writers take care of. But the way we can keep showing up and doing our best is learning. Just keep learning, keep an open mind, and learning and figuring out how. There was a lot of that in season 1. A lot of that and bits of that in season 2, where we go home and be beating ourselves up, for not feeling like we cracked this scene, or not feeling like we stepped up there or did that. So I think it's a gradual process, and I think we just do our best, and we bring our own artistic interpretation to that. So how it changes, you'll see when you watch the show. How about that?
Yeah. I think one of the main things that is like going from season 1 to season 3 is that we now have a shorthand. We work together so often, and it's especially collaborative this season, because the fight scenes are meaningless without
Story.
the story and what's going on between the characters. And so this season, you can really feel the acting department, the cast, the writers, the stunt team working together to really fine tune it. Because every punch, every kick, every beat, every moment is a line of dialogue. It's saying something. Nothing is extraneous. It's like it's very specific. And
I think I'm just going to go to the back of that. I think as opposed to a lot of other things, like because a lot of the cast do their own action, but also are smart actors, so you have to go about how to interpret it in a meaningful way. Because it's like, if you can watch a martial arts showcase, but we can go to a martial arts exhibition and see that stuff, but it's about the story, and so it's about integrating acting, interpretation, performance, and the physicality together. That's where I think the key is for martial arts cinema, because you don't just want to see you don't want to see a stunt show or a martial arts show. You just go to a stunt show for that. But this is a story, and I hope we're trying to integrate all the different elements for what it is, kind of thing.
I think it's a stunning season 3. Amazing comeback. Well, I can't wait for. I think the rest of them. I've only seen 2. I'm sure our audience will love it because it's action. It's got a great story with a great raison d'etre for being there. It resonates very much with the world now. So thank you both very much for.
Thanks, Will. Spread the word so we can get a season 4.
I'd love to say season 4. Yes, please.